What is up, guys? T5MA Destroyer here. We are on Madden 18. This is going to be kind of a lengthy video, but what I wanted to do was get a couple of I was going to look at free agency, get a couple of quarterbacks off of free agency, go into open practice, show you some stats, and get a little bit of gameplay with them, and see which one I like the most and which one you guys should use, you know, in your connected franchises, or, you know, which one, yeah, mostly connected franchise, yeah. Yep. So obviously the first quarterback is the highest rated free agent in the game. That would be Colin Kaepernick with his 94 throw power, 79 short, 75 medium, and his 72 deep. Now, Colin Kaepernick does have a couple of other statistics that make him really good at certain things. You know, he has a 94 ball carrier vision. You know, he's probably statistically the best mobile quarterback on this little list I kind of have. You know, statistically, you know, he's got the throw power, he's got the speed, he can break tackles, he can do things that some of the quarterbacks on this list definitely will not be able to do. Another obvious one, we're just going to get the obvious ones out of the way. Second highest rated, Robert Griffin III. Now, Robert Griffin he's not as elusive, he doesn't have the more ball carrier vision, but he's a little bit faster by like 1 point. He's not really better than Colin Kaepernick in a lot of things, really. He has 92 throw power. His throwing stats look pretty much the same. If you were looking at Robert Griffin or Colin Kaepernick, it's really, at this point, I would take RG3. You know, RG3's younger, so that's really why I would take him. But both these guys are great for like a spread offense, or, you know, something really run heavy. I definitely wouldn't be trying to use these guys like Brett Favre gunslingers, okay? These guys are not gonna be, you know, throwing for 300 yards in your connected franchise games, okay? They're just not gonna do stuff like that. That's not really what they're for, really. They are very run-heavy, spread offense quarterbacks. So those two guys are kind of in the same spot. You know, they're pretty much the same quarterback. It's just one's RG3, one's Colin Kaepernick. You know, maybe you're a Kaepernick fan or an RG3 fan. They're both good for pretty much the same thing. Now, next is Matt McCoy. Matt McCoy reminds me kind of, you know, I'm not really sure. He's pretty unique. I mean, he's not too slow. You can run the read options and kind of run a spread with him. He's got 65 carrying. He's only, the problem with him is he's got low arm strength, but only an 82 throw power. But he has some pretty decent throwing stats, especially with that 81 short. This guy is, he's definitely good for a very run-heavy offense, you know, something where you can run some quick slants a couple of times. But most of the time, you got a great running back in the backfield and a good defense to take the pressure off Matt McCoy. So he'd be great on a team like, you know, he'd be a great backup for Wentz. He's a lot like Nick Foles. You know, he'd be great for a team like the Rams if you didn't really want Jared Goff. You know, if you wanted to trade Goff and get somebody, you got Gurley, a decent O-line, a solid defense, you could get McCoy in there. So run-heavy offense is really what you want this guy for. You know, he will progress, you know, but really, Matt McCoy is definitely a more run-heavy, kind of West Coast kind of quarterback. You know, he can get away if he needs to, but he's definitely going to want to be throwing the ball out of the pocket. But even though you want to be gunslinging it short, he doesn't have that great of arm power. You know, his throw power isn't all that great. So he's got some major drawbacks, but still not a bad quarterback. Definitely not my top pick for this, though. Next is great value Big Ben, Zach Mettenberger. So my boy Zach Mettenberger is actually 6'5", 224, okay? So he has size advantage on a lot of these quarterbacks. Tall dude, big dude, could shrug off. You know, you got a third string, fourth string corner coming with not that high of a tackle rating. My boy Zach can probably shrug him off. So he has 91 throw power. He's got some pretty darn good throwing stats. Okay, I kind of like Mettenberger. Okay, with 74 throw on a run, 77 play action. I kind of like my boy Mettenberger right here. So if you kind of want to run the ball a lot of these guys are definitely going to be, you can use any of these dudes for a run-heavy offense. But Zach Mettenberger, to me, is the best quarterback if you want to try to get the ball down the field quickly. If you want a real gunslinger off the free agency that's not Colin Kaepernick, you want a pocket gunslinger, got your boy Zach Mettenberger. This dude slings the ball all over the place, can make most throws on the field, and is definitely a pretty darn good quarterback. Not too old either, young dude. A lot of these guys are going to be younger, you know, because for CFM, you definitely want a long-term quarterback. You want to get a quarterback and not have to worry about getting another one for a while. Zach Mettenberger is definitely one of my top picks on this list. This is definitely one of the guys I would 100% advise you to pick up if you really need a quarterback and you plan on gunslinging. Definitely pick up Zach Mettenberger. Next is Trevone Boykin, the TCU man himself. He does have 81 speed, okay? So kind of another more mobile one. You know, McCoy and Mettenberger are the two that on this list that aren't all that mobile. But he's got, the thing about Trevone Boykin, he is extremely agile, okay? He's got 86 acceleration, he's got 81 speed and 94 agility. Pair that with his juke move, which is 89. Pretty low carrying, but he can get out of the way of tackles. He's got a 93 throw power, and his only real drawback here is his lower than 70 deep accuracy. Trevone Boykin is probably the most perfect spread offense quarterback on this list. This guy's quite possibly the best spread offense quarterback on this list. He's got great arm. He's got great arm power. He's got some decent short and medium ratings. You know, if you plan on spreading the ball, if you plan on running the ball mostly out of the spread, if you plan on running that read option, this man has 94 agility with an 89 juke. Even if you happen to get it wrong and not read that DN right, he's so agile that you might be able to get off a quick juke and use that 81 speed, 86 acceleration to really hurt a defense. You know, you see a Cam Chancellor running at you, you can probably get out of the way and get a slide down before he gets killed. That's another thing, he doesn't have great carrying. But it's a trade-off though. He can get out of the way of hits. If you hit that juke button, try not to get him hit. Get a slide down, run a short pass spread offense. This guy is going to be amazing for your team. He's going to do magic. So the next quarterback, the last one on this little list, he's actually the second fastest quarterback in Madden 18 behind Tyrod Taylor with an 87 speed. He's got an 88 acceleration. Not really getting out of the way of nothing, but he can outrun a linebacker or two, okay? 90 throw power. He also has that lower than 70 deep throw. So at this point, him and Trevone Boykin, Trevor Knight and Trevone Boykin can definitely battle it out in a spread heavy offense. Trevor Knight is a rookie, which I'm pretty sure. Nah, Boykin's been in the league for a year, so Trevor Knight is a rookie. So if you want a rookie quarterback, great for a spread offense, someone other than Trevone Boykin. If you want to pick both of them up, have Trevone as a starter, Trevor as a backup. You know, because if you get a team with a lot of quarterbacks on the roster you can trade for defensive players. You can pick up these quarterbacks to help out, and Trevor Knight and Trevone Boykin on the same roster can they can complement each other pretty well. If one gets hurt, if you just feel like taking one out, they're pretty similar. So Trevor Knight is another strictly spread offense guy. He doesn't have, you know, he's not super agile like Trevone Boykin. He can definitely, he's faster in the straight line than Trevone Boykin, though. You know, he's definitely could work as, you know, a substitute for Trevone Boykin. Him and Boykin are pretty similar, but Boykin's definitely better. So, I mean, Trevor Knight's pretty darn good, though. You know, you want to beat guys in a straight line, Knight's gotcha. You know, he does have 6 more overall points into speed than Trevone Boykin does. So, he could be better. Really, at this point, you pick both of them up. They're both free agents, under 70 overall. You can't go wrong with picking both of them up and picking which one you want to be your starting quarterback in your CFM. So now for my overall pick here, what quarterback I would pick up. So I'm just going to do 2 for this. So I'm going to say Trevone Boykin is going to be my first pickup. You know, Boykin is definitely one of the most versatile quarterbacks here, especially for the spread offense, which is super fun to run in Madden. I definitely suggest it. Boykin is a great quarterback for the spread. I like running the spread, but everybody on Madden likes to run different offenses, and there's plenty of quarterbacks on this list of they're very varied on this list. Okay, Boykin would be my first pick though if I was gonna use certain teams and run with certain playbooks. So I had to pick one of the more pocket passer options between Matt McCoy and Zach Mettenberger for the second pick as one of the best quarterbacks on this you know, small free agent list. And I obviously picked Zach Mettenberger. With his high throw power, his like very decent throw stats, and his size being 6'4", 224, being able to shrug off smaller corners with a lower tackle rating, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Zach Mettenberger. So there's 2, you know, quarterbacks for you. I got you a pocket passer, Big Ben type, you know, 6'4", 224. I got you Trevone Boykin for those dudes who want to take off with the quarterback, you know, run a really solid spread offense. But my favorite out of the 2 is going to have to be Zach Mettenberger, though. I love the spread, but run-heavy offense, too much fun. So I normally run a run-heavy offense, and Zach Mettenberger on this list is probably the best quarterback to completely drive the ball down the field. He's got some of the best throwing stats other than... What the heck? But anyway, that's pretty much all for today, guys. I hope I actually helped you guys pick a quarterback for CFM. Of course, RG3 and Colin Kaepernick are the highest rated. But, you know, sometimes you wanna get a little building process going, you know? Look at my boy Mettenberger taking off. Look, shrug it off. See what I mean? He's big. He's strong. You know, Mettenberger's definitely my top pick for this list. But I'm pretty much done here. I'm just messing around in practice mode now. Probably going to start a new CFM and pick up Mettenberger and see what he does. Peace out.